Hello, and welcome back to the MadMikeWillEatU Podcast. I'm your host, MikeWillEatU. My co-host right here is KyleHeath, and this has been about 2 freaking weeks coming. Sorry, we missed last week? Did we miss the week before?
Sure did.
It's been a while, man. It's been a while. That's on the first one was on him, on Kyle, because he decided to take a little vacation break. Well deserved, by the way. Congrats on the recent promotion you told me about today, off the record. Cheers to that. Last week I was getting cooked pretty bad. Couldn't do it. Sorry. And then we're also recording pretty late tonight on Thursday. So it's like, all right, time to catch up. Anyways, this is the episode show where we cover gaming industry related news. If it's your first time, welcome back, or welcome to the show, or welcome back. One of the two. I don't know. I'm a little bit running on slow sleep, so sorry. A little sleep. Anyways, we're going to talk about Discord banned 8,000 users for like the dumbest reason possible. I'm talking for users posting screenshots of chessboards in Minecraft. We're going to get into why. Nintendo Games is talking about how they have been making video games for the sole purpose of making Mario movies, which is going to be pretty outrageous. Xbox laid off some more people, and Hasbro is doing a big strategy where it kind of is falling apart. So we're going to talk a little bit about that too. So some good, some bad. We like to keep it even here. Kyle, how you been, dude? You're wearing a collared shirt, business cash, love it. Yeah. How you been, dude?
This is my work fit today. Yeah, I just decided to leave it on. But now, man, I'm good. I'm good. We had some time off again. I think to your point, kind of, it's partly intentional, partly unintentional. But hey, we're here, so feels good to be back. I think it's been quite a lot. I think probably that I've been up to the last couple of weeks. Not that I've gotten into. I took a trip up to Michigan. That was great. It's been about 9 days up there. It was a good time. Saw front of the show, Crazy Miller. It was a good time. And so enjoyed that. Got back. I don't know. Ever since then, so when I got back, I've been playing little games. I've been trying to get back into Red Dead Redemption 2 because I haven't touched it since like early 2025, probably. It's like a year and a half ago. But it was one of those things like I want to get around to it. I'm at a point now where I'm like ready for the next game, so I jumped back into that. I'm only played like a few hours since I got back into it, but so far enjoying it. So I'm excited for the story to pick up. I'm in the first little part, but I feel like I haven't like hit the ground running too much on this. I haven't done too many missions, like main missions. So progressing on that, enjoying that so far. To that game. Outside of that, played a little Counter-Strike. Got into that with the boys. Nice. It's been fun. Played some of that. I think there's been some other games I played. Media wise, I did watch The Odyssey, Christopher Nolan's new movie. That was very good.
Oh, very cool.
I did not see it on IMAX 70mm though. I'm very jealous for people that get to experience that.
Yeah, there's like the nearest one for us is like Atlanta, I think.
I think it is. Yeah, I think you're right. It's like
that's a freaking hike, dude.
Yeah, I mean for me it's like a 5+ hour drive from where I am.
It's basically the same for me. 4.5, 5.
Yeah, I mean, brutal. I've heard great things. It looks phenomenal from pictures, but pictures don't really do it justice. So like, I wish I could see it, but no, I just went to a local theater and watched it. I mean, still like great story and it's really well done. And Christopher Nolan at his peak, probably. So
yeah,
great stuff there. Great stuff there. And obviously, just World Cup stuff. Like World Cup, like we were recording last time. World Cup's still going on. Now it's over, so it's kind of like
weird.
But so that's come and gone. But it was a good time. I am currently sipping out of the Thierry Henry McDonald's cup. So there we go.
Very nice. Sweet.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So yeah, that's been a thing. Obviously there's been a lot like big news stuff going on, so we'll get to that in a little bit. But yeah, I think really that's about it. I know I have a birthday coming up too, so there's that. It's kind of just July. It's been busy in July because it's kind of like it's the time to get out and about. I feel like so. That's what I've been doing.
100%, yeah, because the weather's like finally getting good too, so you get to enjoy that.
Yeah, it's great, man. It's been great. I don't know, Mike. I know you've been getting cooked at work still, man. But how's life otherwise?
It's been all right. I've been playing a little bit of video games. I was doing I played Overcooked 2 last night. My power and internet went out. Dude, it was chaos. Like we lost power for like 2 or 3 days. I think it was the week you were out. Maybe, I don't know. My days are very long right now. So what ended up happening is like we lost power due to a storm. When we got power back, we lost AC. So I lost power in this room. I should preference that. So it's like I couldn't game, I couldn't really do anything on the PC. So everything was out in this room. It was weird. Went and fixed some stuff, moved around the breakers or whatever. Fixed it. Then I lost power to the air conditioning unit. So I didn't have AC during like record heating. That was brutal.
Gosh.
Yeah, I had to like drop my dog off at like my parents' house to make sure he wasn't over like cooking in the house.
Seriously.
Like, yeah, I was really worried. He's double fur coat, so I'm like, no, gosh, can't risk it, right? So sent him over there. Mom's birthday, celebrated that with her. World Cup, watched all the games and stuff. That kept me busy. Like went down to the French Quarter in Charlotte, which is like the sports bars for basically football, soccer. So it was like that's the place to go. Did that a bunch. Literally watched all the games and played more Doom Eternal because after I got AC power back, I lost internet for like 2 or 3 days. So I was like, well, screw it. I'm going to play some single player games. So I started playing Doom Eternal again. Well, it's not Eternal. It's
Doom
the most recent Doom.
Doom the Dark Ages?
Yes, Dark Ages. Thank you. Yeah. I was playing that and I was just grinding through. My buddy came over, didn't have internet, and we were like playing that and just catching up. Like he literally came over and him and I haven't seen each other since his wedding. He literally gives me a call. He's like, dude, we need to hang out. And I was like, well, you want to come over and then we'll go to like the bar or something? Because I don't have internet. I don't know how to entertain you. And then he comes over and we were just chatting for like 3 or 4 hours, just catching up. Didn't go to the bar. Yeah. Yeah, so we were just like catching up. It's been good, man. It's been fun. Played Overcooked 2 for the first time ever last night. That was a lot of fun. I definitely want to play it again, probably tonight, maybe, depending on when we get done with this. Because I got to get out of this room immediately after we're done recording. We got guests over, and this is the only spare bedroom. So
yeah, I feel that, man. I feel that. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about.
You got a game night.
I got a game night too after this, dude. I got some Baldur's Gate to play, so I'm kind of both.
Yes, sir.
Time limit. Shall we get into it? I have a gnat flying in my face.
Yeah. You go ahead and get started. I am gonna plug in my Ethernet cable because it's been a while since I've been in this room. Like I said, I've lost internet, so I just wasn't really in here. I did play Halo, and I played in a tournament, and I won the tournament, and then I put the money on the tournament on parlays for the World Cup. We made a lot, boys. We made a lot.
Let's go.
Right, let me plug in my Ethernet. If you lose me, I'm sorry.
No, we'll make it work. I'm gonna go and get us started anyway. We got some articles to talk about. We're talking about Discord banned 8,000 users for posting chessboards and Minecraft screenshots. A lot of the articles we'll be discussing were some of them were a bit dated over the last like 2 weeks. Yeah. It's because of obviously been out. So some of these may be kind of old news, but we can give our takes on them. So we will discuss. This is actually from Yahoo Tech. Sita Costa is looks like a Sita Costa Gadget Review author of this one. Don't cover Yahoo Tech much, so should be an interesting one. Post a Minecraft inventory screenshot, receive a child safety violation notice, get permanently banned. That was the reality for over 8,200 Discord users starting in May of 2026, thanks to a hash matching system that confused grid patterns with known harmful material. The culprit wasn't some rogue AI deciding chessboards are dangerous. 2 bugs stacked on top of each other inside Discord's content moderation pipeline, and the result was a fire suppression system that triggered the sprinklers while simultaneously locking all the exits. 2 bugs, 0 safeguards. Discord safety system was designed to pause uploads and wait for human review. Instead, it skipped straight to the nuclear option. Discord scans uploaded images using hash-based similarity matching against databases of known harmful content, including CSAM. When a match fires, the system should pause uploads and queue the account for trust and safety staffer to review. This kind of similarity matching can produce false positives, which is why a member of our trust and safety team always reviews flag content before any action is taken, according to Discord's own explanation, as reported by Dexerto. And they post a link to the tweet, kind of Discord, kind of their response to that. But we'll continue down. That's how it's supposed to work. Here's what actually happened. Bug 1. The system bypassed the upload pause stage entirely and issued permanent bans. Bug 2. Even after staff reviewed and cleared flagged accounts, the ban stayed locked in place. CTO Stanislav Vishnevsky, one name, confirmed both failures publicly. A Discord developer using the handle Advaith, pushed back on viral claims that AI moderation had gone haywire, pointing instead to a single faulty hash incorrectly matching innocent grid patterns, according to Dexerto. The distinction matters. This wasn't an autonomous model freely banning users. It was a flawed hash entry breaking an otherwise human-supervised pipeline. The images that triggered bans included chessboard screenshots, Minecraft inventory grids, game texture patterns, Google Drive and spreadsheet tables, standard UI grid layouts. So you just imagine like posting like your sick Google spreadsheet you just made, your sick Google sheet, and just banned.
That would tilt me to another freaking realm, man. AI moderation. Oh, obviously it's always going to be bugged. Well, not always, but it's going to be bugged occasionally. So
Crazy
that's
stuff.
unfortunate.
Reddit threads and social posts warn users to avoid sending any grid-like image on Discord until the issue is resolved. Vishnevsky confirmed all 8,200 affected accounts have since been unbanned and the problematic hash neutralized, according to The Verge. One Reddit user summed up the collective experience bluntly. Banned without warning, no clear explanation, only discovering the trigger after the fact. The bigger trust problem. This bug arrived alongside Discord's aggressive push for age verification, a system already under fire for a separate breach that exposed around 70,000 users' government ID documents. I remember that all that broke and like there's a huge pushback of like, I don't want to give Discord my ID but then they're like, we're not storing it. What happened?
Yeah, obviously storing it. Come on.
We ain't stupid.
What a load of crap, man.
No current age verification technology is fully privacy protective or consistently accurate, according to the Electronic Frontier Foundation. A sobering backdrop to Discord's grid ban fiasco. The incident lands in uncomfortable proximity to Discord's team by default settings and age verification rollout, which requires facial estimation or government ID uploads to confirm adult status. That system has already drawn significant backlash following reports of the ID document breach. The grid ban episode exposes a structural tension that no patch fully resolves. Aggressive child safety detection is necessary, and hash-based matching is a legitimate tool for finding known harmful material. But when two bugs can convert a routine false positive into 8,000 permanent bans and prevent those bans from lifting even after a human review, the reliability of the entire pipeline comes into question. The fix is in place, the problematic hash is neutralized, every account is restored. What remains is the harder question. What's the audit trail that catches the next cascading failure before it reaches thousands of users who just wanted to share a screenshot of their Minecraft chest? It's a good question. I can't share my Minecraft inventory. I have an inventory full of diamonds. I can't tell my friend. You know what I'm saying? Crazy stuff, man.
I wonder what it was actually fed, because that's interesting. You can use AI as a study. Gonna go slight tangent here, but it's one of the things that I was told. My uncle told me this, and I'm not gonna dox him, but he wouldn't lie, if that makes sense. Like he knows enough. He's pretty high up in a lot of businesses. He opened a Wall Street Journal, or not Wall Street Journal, Wall Street. So I kind of trust his business prowess. When you're doing like your login password and it tests whether or not you're AI, and then it's be like, hey, everybody's saying this, like choose, like you get six. You'll probably know
like
the
a
terminology 'cause you work
CAPTCHA
in
kind of
IT.
system.
Yeah,
Like,
CAPTCHA, where you get like you get like what 8 different images or something like
yeah.
that, 9 different
Pick the
images,
one
and
with
you
the
have to
bicycle
choose.
in it.
Yeah, choose the one that are bicycle, choose the one the bus, choose the
Yeah.
crosswalk. You know what that actually is doing? You're training AI now to recognize patterns and like real life images for accuracy to be on the human level.
Mm.
He was saying now that CAPTCHA does that, like it started off as like a way to just put up a barrier or wall. Now it's gone to the point where they're selling that information and accuracy models to AI companies for like data analysis or visual analysis. I wonder if
Mm.
this AI moderation software is like on a faulty version of that. Because how could it like just randomly flag pixels and be like, nah, it's not right. See it?
That's crazy, man. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I don't know. They're trying to claim it's not AI, I guess, and it's other stuff. I don't know. It's yeah, it's pretty crazy stuff. But yeah, I mean, I think it leaves a good question at the end of like, who's to say this can't happen again? Because I don't know. I feel like I don't know much about it, but I feel like it probably could. Something
I
similar.
feel like we're about to.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane stuff. But it seems like I mean, at least all the accounts got unbanned. At least there was a remediation.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude.
Imagine if you or I got abandoned and we just didn't know it. Like I feel like I share spreadsheets all the time, dude. My love language is freaking spreadsheets, and I've been watching tons and tons of recent Levy YouTube chess content, and I'm
Oh
falling
yeah,
in love with chess. And I'm like, dude, I need to start getting chess again, man.
man.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he's
dude.
just ridiculous entertaining, you know.
Yeah, I feel that. Well, don't share any screenshots of or videos of the moves you just did. Well, now it's fine,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's great.
Now it's fixed, but yeah, it is pretty crazy. It's just like, oh yeah, grid patterns, yeah, banned.
Yeah,
What?
it's like I'm banned. All right. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, crazy stuff. But yeah, I saw that. I saw this news drop, and I was just like, what? My first thought was like, I should put this in a doc for show notes because it's something I want to cover.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy stuff, man. Just be careful, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's one of those things hard to predict. Like, we can't say what's going to be the thing it flags next, but I don't know.
No.
Just sometimes probably just can't avoid stuff like this sometimes, which is unfortunate.
Shall we continue?
Miyamoto?
Miyamoto. All right. So Miyamoto, as you may or may not know, my man might represent a little company called Nintendo.
Hmm.
So Miyamoto says at least 3 Nintendo games were created with the Mario movies in mind. Star Fox, Princess Peach, and Yoshi games were all made with one eye on the films. Interesting. Chris over here at the Wonderful Place Video Game Chronicle, we've covered his articles feels like 1,000 times now. My man's a good writer. He has good content. Definitely check him out, please. We have links in the description below. But anyways, Miyamoto has confirmed there are at least 3 Nintendo video games were made to with
With the
the two.
with the two. Come on, Chris.
Never mind, he's a bad writer. I just lied. Sorry, guys. I'm a little bit congested. In an interview in the latest issue of Famitsu. I don't know. I'm so bad when it comes to
Famitsu,
pronunciation
yeah.
of Japanese words. Miyamoto confirms suspicions that the Star Fox remake was developed to capitalize on the potential popularity of Fox after his inclusion in the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Honestly, I haven't seen that yet. I'm just reminding me. It's like, bro, I gotta watch that content, bro.
It was kind of.
I gotta watch it.
I thought it was kind of.
Yeah.
I mean,
I want
might
to
like
watch
it, but
I'm seeing Odyssey tomorrow tonight, by the way.
bro, it's
Anyways,
gotta tell me you like it. I'm just saying.
let's not get distracted. Let's keep going. He also confirmed, however, that Princess Peach, Showtime, and Yoshi in the Mysterious Book were also created with the first and second Mario movies in mind to ensure players had access to new games featuring those characters. Miyamoto went on to say, I don't decide the entire lineup myself, but sometimes decisions are made based on specific needs. For example, we have an idea to include Fox in the script for the Super Mario Galaxy movie, so we should make a new Star Fox game. Yeah, that's actually a really good point. Good business sense, if we're being honest here. Because when I saw Star Fox in the trailer, I was like, yeah, cool. Where's the game?
Yeah, that'd be my first thought.
And then movie release, game release. Miyamoto also explained that not only did the movies determine which games Nintendo decided to make, but other games had an effect on the films too. So he goes on to say, and this is quotes from him, explaining, we started production on the first Mario movie, the Super Mario Bros. Movie, and Princess Peach Showtime around the same time. And they had discussions like, since we have this game in the works, shouldn't we make Peach more active in the movie as well? We also decided early on that Yoshi would appear in the Super Mario Galaxy movie, so we kicked off development on Yoshi and the Mysterious Book to ensure there was a Yoshi game available. It varies by case, but I think we will continue to move forward while maintaining a positive relationship between our games and other media initiatives. Honestly, it makes sense. I think we talked about this really early on when we heard about the Mario worlds opening up. Is it at Disney or is it at? It's not at Disney.
Yeah, I don't.
What's the other one? What's the other one?
Universal?
Why am I?
I can't remember. It's Universal.
Yeah,
Is it
it's got to be at Universal because I think I missed it when I went to Hogwarts. Let me double check. Mario Land, is it Mario Land or Mario World?
I think it's. I don't know. Mario Land. I don't know.
Super Mario World. It is, yeah, Universal in Orlando. Bro, I gotta go back, but it costs so freaking much, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
Millennials spending all their money on trips, bro. Anyways, we're going to talk about a crossover conundrum next. So Miyamoto also suggested that while Fox and Pikmin appeared in the Super Mario Galaxy movie, this didn't open the gate for countless other crossovers in future Nintendo films. Uh, basically, he goes on to say, basically, Nintendo's IP follow the rules that characters from different worlds must not cross over, the exception being Super Smash Bros. As for Pikmin, we've also decided that its characters can appear in any other character's world. I actually kind of like that in a way. Um, I don't know how you feel about it though, Kyle.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not against it. I mean, the whole thing with the game like thing. I don't know. I have my thoughts on that, so we can discuss after you're done reading.
Oh yeah. All right. So basically, Um, yeah, so we previously held back on this partly because once you start, there's no end to it, and also due to issues with licensing merchandise and other reasons. But with Fox, there was a compelling reason for him to appear in the Super Mario Galaxy movie, and we thought if this were a manga, wouldn't it be more interesting to have this kind of crossover? So that decision was made fairly early on, and even though we broke the rules we'd follow up until now, it went surprisingly well. If characters like Samus were to show up, though, it would definitely get a bit too complicated. So I don't think it's a matter of not throwing anything out there. Honestly, it kind of makes sense. I didn't watch the
Yeah.
movie. It's probably for like a wide variety of audience, so it's not like super mature or whatever. But at the same
Oh
time,
yeah.
Super Mario Galaxy, you're probably going to go into space. If you're in space,
Yeah.
you need Star Fox.
Yeah.
So
It's almost hard for me to explain or like, you know, kind of just I think put words as to like why Fox would make sense for a collab like this. Like it's just yeah,
yeah,
like for me like Samus and like, Metroid, like yeah, I feel like that's too far. but Fox and Mario, like yeah, I don't know. I feel like it goes well. And so that, like at no point like when he showed up in the movie or anything was I just like, oh, this is weird. It didn't like pull me out, I guess. So I don't know, that's my thoughts on it. It's kind of I don't know, I can't really I don't know if I can do a good job of explaining why I think Fox makes sense, but I don't know, he just does in the Mario universe, so
I
yeah.
feel like it probably makes more sense now because we have the honestly like the way the Marvel super like cinematic universe played out and how it gave people the understanding like these different universes, different worlds, or different like timelines can all coexist now. It probably introduced kind of expanded the nonfiction era. Was it nonfiction or is it fiction? No, fiction's fake.
Fiction. Fiction,
Nonfiction's
yeah.
true. Yeah. Yeah. So obviously I read a lot. Um, yeah, but I think does that make sense? Like it allowed the overall audience and the normies to be like, yeah, this should be fine. This is okay. I'm not gonna die on this hill kind of thing
Yeah.
because it's like you got to give it a little bit of leeway. You know,
Yeah.
it's like at the end of the day, it's a video game movie. Let's not act like it's something over the top.
Yeah.
We're not going for the greatest movie of all time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's true. I mean,
Mhm.
my thing on this too, like, because you talk about like, you include Fox in the movie, you want to have a game to tie in. I mean, I think it's great marketing, especially kind of like both mediums kind of collaborating in that way.
Oh yeah,
It's something I feel like the Fallout series missed, and it's something I've like, especially. So I mean, we don't have plans to cover it. I mean, we'll talk about Xbox, of course, in the layoffs, but Bethesda actually came out recently and discussed kind of what their timeline is for the next few years and like what they're releasing. And they did
yeah,
confirm there's a Fallout 3 remaster and a Fallout New Vegas remaster, which is great. But with the way the TV show landed and how New Vegas was in season 2 of the show, it would have made so much sense. It would have been so nice if they had a like either New Vegas remaster ready or a Fallout 3 remaster ready right after season 2. It would have made so much sense, but they just timelines just didn't work. And so it was kind of one of those things where um it just didn't really make sense, I guess. That threw me off. I'm just
yeah.
it's like anyway. Um but yeah, so like I just really wish that I really wish they would have gotten it to work. But yeah, it just was one of those things where it's just I don't think Bethesda was ready. And now it's like we're probably a year or two away from remasters of Fallout 3 and New Vegas. So it's one of those things, man. It was a missed opportunity from Bethesda, and it would have been so nice if they just like dropped a remaster right after the show. But missed opportunity to collaborate with your media. Didn't have it. So
Oh yeah.
yeah. It's So I mean, I commend Nintendo for at least planning that in a way. So it's like, oh, Star Fox in this movie, let's remake the game.
100%.
Very smart.
I think I mean Star Fox is probably one of the all-time greats. I think he might be one of the most recognizable characters from the OG era, you know, where we
Yeah.
got we essentially have um I mean obviously Mario, you got Pac-Man, um what else you got? Pikmin as well. Star Fox is up there. I mean, you have so many legendary universes that I kind of feel like it'd be really cool to just combine everything. Remember, what was that movie from ages ago? It was an Adam Sandler movie where it's like they're getting invaded by aliens, but the aliens had broadcast or like they got broadcast from like the 80s, and it was all like retro gaming stuff. So Adam Sandler was like the most talented retro gamer of all time. So he went in there and he started like destroying people.
Oh my
It was like
gosh.
arcade. It was an arcade game. You know what I'm talking about?
I think so. But yeah, the name's leaving me.
It was phenomenal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is a way to do it right. And but yeah, I mean, wouldn't surprise me that, they're trying to collaborate game releases with the movie and whatnot. So
Oh yeah.
but yeah, dude. Creating games around the movies, I think you could do it right, you could do it wrong, obviously. But I trust
Oh yeah.
Nintendo. Trust them.
All
I
right. Shall we continue on?
do not trust Microsoft, which we're gonna get into. Well, actually, I don't know.
Yeah.
I have mixed feelings after the last couple weeks, so we get into it. Yeah, so this happened. That was a couple weeks back. The Xbox boss, Asha Sharma, announces 3,200 layoffs, including 1,600 in July this month, with 4 studios leaving for new management. Read email to staff in full. That is also included in this. So let's get to it. This IGN, we're pulling this. Full IGN article. Wesley Yimple covered him a lot.
Yes, we have.
Microsoft has announced 3,200 staff are set to lose their jobs at Xbox across the current financial year, with 1,600 of those layoffs happening today on July 6th, at the time of the article. As part of the restructure, 4 studios are leaving Xbox new management, and one is now is in consultation over its future. An email sent to staff and reviewed by IGN, Xbox boss Asha Sharma called it the most significant restructure in Xbox history, insisting Microsoft's gaming business is not healthy. Overall, Microsoft's gaming business is losing about 1/5 of its staff. South of Midnight developer Compulsion Games and Psychonauts developer Double Fine Productions will return to management and transition to independent studios with their IP catalog and with runway for their next games, Sharma said. These games are so far unannounced. Double Fine's case, the studio retains the Psychonauts IP among others. Meanwhile, Hellblade developer Ninja Theory and State of Decay developer Undead Labs have entered terms to join new ownership with funding to complete and grow Cinema and State of Decay 3. This suggests both games will eventually release, developed under new ownership. Microsoft did not say who the new owners are. Marvel's Blade developer Arcane will now see its management enter the required consultation with the Works Council to review potential strategic options per French labor law and to view with a view to potentially selling or spinning out the studio. There's no word on the fate of Marvel's Blade specifically. Elsewhere, there are layoffs across other parts of Xbox, including Activision, Bethesda ZeniMax, Blizzard, King, Mojang, and Xbox Game Studios. Microsoft insisted none of the first-party publicly announced games or projects are being canceled as part of these reductions. That means the likes of Fable, Gears of War E-Day, Clockwork Revolution, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4, Minecraft Dungeons 2, and Elder Scrolls 6 are safe.
Let's be honest. We all knew they were going to be safe.
Yeah,
you're not gonna cut those ones, man.
Yeah, these are the ones Game Pass pushers. You know what I'm saying?
100%, yeah.
Right. Bethesda also owns its software, which makes Doom and Quake games. Machine Games makes Wolfenstein and most recently Indiana Jones. Activision Blizzard makes Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, Diablo, Overwatch, and Candy Crush. These devastating cuts follow last July's round of layoffs at Microsoft, when 9,000 lost their jobs across the entire business. A number of games were canceled as part of those cuts, including Rare's Everwild, the studio shut down, such as Perfect Dark developer The Initiative, Now, just 12 months later, we're here again. Although this time Microsoft has managed to find a path forward for effective studios. A recent report claims Sharma wanted to speed up development on the new Elder Scrolls, Fallout, and Halo games as part of the company reset. Details of the potential shakeup came from the information via Reuters, which said that Microsoft hadn't ruled out turning the Xbox brand into a wholly owned subsidiary. It said the move could result in Xbox being operated as a joint venture with other partners, or even potentially sold. We have much more on this developing story over at live blog on IGN. Want to check that out? That's linked in the article we're linking in the description, which will continue to update on the news as it unfolds. It's been a couple weeks after it unfolded, so there's more to be said. And so I can read the email in full and go through it. That's kind of the last bit of this article. So we'll just say I don't know. I read it. I remember
That's a long email.
Yeah, I remember reading a long tweet. It was like the longest tweet of my life, but I was like, I got to read the whole thing whenever it broke. So let's get into it. The subject line is resetting Xbox. It's from Austin Sharma. It says, team, we are beginning the most significant restructure in Xbox history. After careful consideration, I've made the difficult decision to reduce our team by approximately 3,200 throughout fiscal year 27. This will include approximately 1,600 role eliminations in July. And in addition, 4 studios will leave Xbox for new management. I recognize that a year-long restructure creates additional challenges. Unfortunately, it is not possible to make all necessary changes in a single day, and I wanted to be direct about the scale. As even before I continue, there's like a lot of speculation on why there was a delay in some of this. I think the most obvious one I've seen is that people that will be laid off are currently finishing up projects within studios, and so they want to see the projects through before laying them off, which, it's not the best, but it's there. And this man's talking right now. I can't hear him, so fortunately,
I said, do a good job. I said, do a good job, and maybe we'll keep you. That's crazy.
Well, I don't even know if they do a good job. It might still be sayonara. So,
that's a fact. Like, I don't know. Would you continue doing work if they were like, all right, well, we're gonna lay you off after you finish your work?
I mean, that's the thing.
Would you even stick around?
See, that's part of it. It's like, were they upfront with people about like, hey, your days are numbered, or were they just like, we'll tell them when it gets there? Like, that's the more cynical thing. Is like, all right, which path are they taking there? Because you can't really do that. Man. Like, I don't think there's a right answer. It's kind of like they both just suck. I know this is painful. That's what I know. This is painful. Sorry, guys. I know this is painful. These changes will directly affect people who have poured their creativity into building Xbox. Many joined us through acquisitions, while others were recruited here or sought us out because they loved this industry and loved Xbox. Today's decision does not reflect their talent and dedication. That's what they all say. You know what I'm saying, Mike? They all say. Our business today is not healthy. We are operating at margins that are 3 to 10 times lower than comparable platform and publishing businesses. We entered Gen 9 with a smaller install base with a higher cost structure. To grow, we bet on Game Pass, multi-platform, and broader portfolio of content. While those businesses have created meaningful value, they did not grow at the pace we expected. As that happened, our core business weakened, and we added more teams, more investment, and more time, hoping for a better outcome. And now the industry is facing the most severe hardware crisis in its history. We must reset Xbox. First, we will reset our content portfolio. Since 2018, we have aggressively expanded our studio portfolio while the number of games created each month across the industry now outpaces the last 10 years combined. We now find ourselves competing not only with the largest publishers, but also with smaller independent studios. It's neither possible nor desirable to own every great independent studio. We have also learned that we are not the best home for every type of studio. In a typical year, we lost 64 cents for every dollar we invested. As we reset Xbox, we will help independent creators succeed by providing open development tools and audiences to realize their vision. Compulsion Games, Double Fine Studios, return to management and transition to independent studios with our IP. Talked about that earlier. Arcane's management beginning kind of our consultation. Talked about that. We're also making reductions across other units and in some cases shifting investment to focus on higher priority projects. These changes vary in size across Activision, Bethesda, ZeniMax, Blizzard, King, Mojang, and Xbox Game Studios. None of our first-party publicly announced games projects are going to be canceled as part of these reductions. In addition, Mojang and King will now report directly to Asha. These two studios have increasingly become platforms and our largest by monthly active players. They bring critical geographic, demographic, and differentiation to Xbox. Which, mobile games are going to be your biggest audience, of course, right?
Huge rate.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
I've been playing a lot of mobile games recently now that I think about it, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
going to be your biggest audience for sure.
yeah. I'm sure Asha's looking at that. She's looking at the numbers, right? And she's like, they have a wide audience because mobile.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's untapped. Let's go.
Yeah, bro. Second, we will reset our platform. Know that great technology gets better when it gets simpler, not bigger. Today, in some parts of the company, work passes through as many as 14 layers of management. Platform teams are 40% larger than they were at the start of this generation, even as our player base and playtime have declined. That complexity has slowed decisions, blurred accountability, and made it harder to deliver for players. As we reset Xbox, we will simplify. We will reduce management layers to no more than 5, and where possible, 3. We will deliver success through a flatter organization that is built around makers, individual contributors focused on building, player coaches, leaders who remain deeply involved in the work while developing their teams, and directly responsible individuals, DRIs, who own key decisions and outcomes. And we will streamline how we work across our tools with a cleaner code base, shared services, and 50% reduced vendor spend. I thought that was interesting. It certainly doesn't surprise me that it takes 14 layers of approval at some studios. I don't know.
It's absurd.
The biggest kind of culprit of that to me is Bethesda. Like, I obviously am not working at Bethesda, but I just feel like
it's just completely unnecessary.
Like, you think, yeah, I mean, and like, I could talk about Bethesda briefly, but it's funny. I think Asha's kind of like, she laid the hammer down on Todd, and Bethesda was like, hey, like, you got to hurry up in Elder Scrolls 6. Like, we can't spend another however many years on it.
Yeah,
so
it's like we need money, boys.
Like, yeah, there's been a lot of noticeable shift so far in like how Todd is like treating like talking to media and like being more involved and so it's very evident that Asha went in there and cracked the whip. It's like, all right, you better get these games out, kind of thing. Which I think for players is probably going to be a good thing. Yeah, so it's just one example, but I mean, you think about like what Todd's involvement is, and like the dude is so spread thin at this point. He was working on Indiana Jones as executive producer and working on TV show stuff, and like he's just like, I felt like probably didn't have much time to be working on like Elder Scrolls, the actual content people want. So that's one example. There's other studios, of course, not just them. But yeah, I'll be curious to see if this actually does make like a significant impact across like a lot of the big studios under Microsoft. So under Xbox, we'll see.
I think, honestly, I think it's going to probably shift up and kind of be monumental overall. Just this big of a change. I mean, dude, Microsoft is going on like a layoff crazy event. I mean, it really just shows the downturn of the economy. Not very many people are gaming. I've seen a lot of people say it's like the golden era of video games are dead.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, that makes me sad. Yeah. That makes me sad because all it really is like all the people that I used to know playing are just old now.
Yeah, I think it's probably most of it. You're right.
I saw one of the funniest burns ever, by the way. Quick joke is somebody was playing Halo 2 Cartographer, and there's another person that used to play all the time, and he privately DM'd him and said, "What are you still doing playing that game? You're pushing 40. Go start a family or something." It's like, dude, that's ruthless.
That's insane.
Anyways, I don't know how I feel exactly. Like, it's a double-edged sword, right? Because the big ticket items, the big IPs are going to be sticking around. We kind of knew that for forever. We do get to see some like good news about Senua and State of Decay. They're going to find a new home somewhere, wherever they can. Like, obviously they should because they're successful. It's just what happens. Like, how does it work for the publishing overall of Xbox? What happens to Xbox games? Like, I don't know. I feel like they kind of, who knows? This could just all be a correction from the crazy hiring spree at the beginning of 2020. You know,
it's still not done.
Ebbs and flows. No, it's definitely not. No.
Yeah, it's crazy stuff, man. So yeah. Anyways, third point, we are resetting how we operate. Xbox grows our headcount. We become more fragmented. Teams, studios, and functions often operate independently, and it became harder to work towards a shared goal, make the right trade-offs, and get things done. For the first time, we are establishing a chief operating officer with end-to-end P&L responsibility across content, hardware, platform, and services. Helen Chiang has been promoted to this role and will report directly to Asha. Over nearly 2 decades at Xbox, Helen has helped build some of the most important businesses, from Xbox Live to leading Mojang and the Minecraft franchise. She will bring our businesses together under one operating model, making sure we make clear investment decisions, learn from our successes and failures, and hold ourselves accountable for results. Thank you, Dave McCarthy, who is retiring after 17 years at Xbox. Dave has played a defining role in building platforms that millions of players rely on every day. It has been a trusted partner through many of the biggest moments in Xbox's history. Wish him all the best. These changes are about a bigger future for Xbox, not a smaller one. The next decade of gaming will be a larger, more global, and more creative than anything we've seen before. This year, we'll invest as much in Xbox as we ever have, but we'll invest with greater focus, greater discipline, and greater clarity, all in service of making Xbox where the world plays and creates. I want Xbox to be one of the few companies that entertains more than 1 billion people each day and gives everyone the opportunity to create and connect. I know we can achieve this goal. Xbox has many of the most beloved franchises in entertainment history, talented studios around the world, and we will return to growth in 2027. History is full of companies that mistake longevity for inevitability. We will not be one of them. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Decision.
They're making decisions to keep the brand alive, I guess.
Yeah.
Shame.
I mean, I'll be curious to see how it goes, obviously. For me being such a Bethesda fan, that's what I've kept the closest eye on, and that's what I'm most curious about, how these changes will affect it. Because Bethesda is obviously one of their bigger studios, so it's kind of just and ZeniMax as a whole, and it's been interesting too, kind of what's been happening too with ZeniMax. ZeniMax is primarily on Elder Scrolls Online. The Elder Scrolls Online, it seems like they're actually shifting a lot of people from Elder Scrolls Online. I mean, they laid off some people at ZeniMax, but they're also shifting some people, I think, onto what appears to be Elder Scrolls 6 to work on that title and try and get that out the door quicker. That's kind of what reporting has indicated. So I'll be curious to see if that actually speeds up Elder Scrolls 6. I mean, it's just, it never ceases to blow my mind how, it's been, over 15 years since Skyrim, and we still don't have the next entry. We just have an online game.
It is crazy, dude. When you put it like that, and you actually spell it out, I mean, 15 freaking years. What are you doing?
Yeah,
I guess.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Wake up, boys.
Yeah, it's just insane, man. And it makes you wonder, I mean, too, it kind of makes you think about Phil Spencer, and although as great of a leader and CEO as he was, particularly with Bethesda, it seems like he was probably a little more lax and just yeah, y'all can do your own thing, and I'm not gonna pressure you guys. But it seems like Asha's coming in, and it's nah, I ain't letting it slide kind of thing. So I'll be curious to see that. I how that changes, and if they get stuff out quicker, and if it's and it makes you wonder how many other things Phil was probably a little more kind of not lazy, but lax on, and we're just kind of I'll let studios do their own thing. But now Asha's coming in, and it's all right, no, we gotta produce, we gotta bring in efficiency. So I'll be curious to see if it actually works and actually, provides quicker content to gamers. So time will tell.
Yeah. That's a good point. We just got to play it out by ear. Let's see how it works.
I don't know. I've already reduced Game Pass, trying to change up the model, probably do stuff. So a lot of announced stuff in just the first 6 months with Asha in at the helm. So
it's only been 6 months, hasn't it? Yeah. These are big sweeping changes in a short amount of time. Definitely hard to create an impact, that's for sure.
Yeah. I'm sure Satya Nadella probably brought her on and was all right, do your job.
Get on my way. Let's knock it off. Let's get it done.
Do this. We talk about toy company.
Let's do. All right, Hasbro, the wonderful place of Hasbro. I gotta scroll up real quick. Give me a quick second. All right, Hasbro. Rebecca Valentine, we covered multiple times at Kotaku, and she wrote this wonderful article. It's called Hasbro's Big Gaming Strategy is Falling Apart After a $56 million Write-Down. Yikes. All right, so over the last several years, not 7, Hasbro has been talking a big game around video games. In 2022, the company touted the creation of 6 brand new internal game studios. Atomic Arcade was working on a G.I. Joe game, Skeleton Key, which we later learned was worked on something spooky. Still hasn't announced its project. There was an unnamed studio in Washington State, Archetype Entertainment, with a new sci-fi RPG franchise called Exodus, and 2K?
2K is what I think. But I don't think
2K? Yeah, I think it's 2K, but Tuque.
Tuque.
No.
Took.
Touk. Honestly, it might be Touk now. Yeah, it's French. So it's Touk Games in Montreal, renamed to Invoke Studios. It's probably got renamed because I can't pronounce it. They knew. Working on the Dungeons and Dragons project, we know it now as Warlock. And of course, the Magic the Gathering Arena game. It didn't start off great in 2023, despite the explosive success of its licensed Baldur's Gate 3 and Monopoly Go releases. I remember that. People
I remember Monopoly Go.
Hype! I missed that, actually. Hasbro, nonetheless, canceled 5 internal video game projects and laid off at first just a handful of people, and then many, many more at the end of the year. Senior Vice President of Digital Strategy and Licensing Eugene Evans told GameFile this wasn't unusual. It became a narrative like, oh, they canceled a bunch of projects, he said. And it's like, yeah, we do that all the time like everybody else. Okay. So, in 2024, head of digital product development Dan Ayub? I can't pronounce.
Eob.
It sounds like a Nigerian last name or something. Ayub. They got the coolest last names. Once again, talked about the company's strategy for building up internal development studios. He said that so far, Hasbro has invested over $1 billion in game development across just 4 studios: Invoke, Archetype, Skeleton Key, and Atomic Arcade. He goes on to say in a 2024 interview, video games is an integral part of Hasbro's strategy going into the next 100 years. And we have to make sure that everything that comes out is top quality, is authentic, and is something we can build upon. Because we're talking about a couple of studios and a couple of games right now, but we have much larger ambitions than that or for that. In the following months and years, Hasbro reiterated the strategy in interview after interview. In 2025, at a panel at something called Brand Week, it loudly pronounced that it would be developing its own video games in 2026, a thing we already knew was happening from all of the past interviews. Just this past May, Ayub reappeared in an interview with The Game Business with a really nice sounding pitch. Not a single one of those 6 internal studios was making a game as a service. They were focused, he said, on more traditional PC and console games, even as the broader company would continue working with external partners for casual, mobile, and inexplicably VR games. He goes on to say, we'll be building games mostly around Dungeons and Dragons, Magic, Transformers, maybe some of the other properties, maybe selectively some new stuff. It'll be very focused on action, adventure, and role-playing games for PC and console, and then we'll partner with the best in the business on more casual games, mobile games, new and emerging platforms like VR, etc. I think we're the #1 digital games licensor in the world by a fairly large margin. That's pretty lucrative business. It also really helps us reach a lot of different gamers and helps to fund those efforts in building out our first party capabilities. Okay. That sounds like you just spoke off the cuff, though. Like, yeah, we're working on like 2 of these projects, and then I'm gonna list a whole bunch of like Google AI like hit pieces to hit the algo. Anyways, next topic here is Exodus. Today, however, the strategy seems to have hit another snag. Hasbro just shared its second quarter earnings results, which include a $56 million impairment charge related to the company's refocused digital games portfolio for 2028 and beyond. Impairment charges are effectively a company writing off an asset it possesses when it's found to be worth significantly less than what the company previously valued it at. In this case, an impairment charge was taken because Hasbro canceled several games scheduled for release in 2028 and beyond, indicating that Hasbro's investment in those games and studios is no longer worth what it thought it was originally. What games did Hasbro cancel? It's not specifying. We can make some educated guesses. Both Exodus and Hasbro's upcoming D&D universe game Warlock were confirmed later on the call to still be in development and planned for 2027. I checked in on Skeleton Key this morning, and it appears to be actively recruiting for an environment artist for its Montreal studio. It was also discussed on the Hasbro call that the company wants to focus development on lower cost regions, with Montreal specifically called out. So it seemed like Skeleton Key's project is probably fine. However, G.I. Joe game studio Atomic Arcade underwent layoffs earlier this year. At the time, Hasbro shared a statement saying that the Snake Eyes game is not canceled. Okay. It continued. The team is currently taking time to evaluate the path forward for the game. While decisions haven't been finalized, we're committed to providing updates as soon as we're available or we're able. However, at least one employee posted on their social media that the studio was being shut down, and we haven't heard any updates since then. There's also the publishing agreement with Giant Skull for a D&D action-adventure game, which Hasbro ended in May, less than a year that it was announced. That's crazy. Hey, check out this
Mhm.
cool name. Never mind. This is also almost certainly one of the canceled games Hasbro was referring to. Interesting. Um, yeah. Where am I at?
Then
Okay.
there's a group of
Sorry.
ex cliffhanger.
Sorry, I got hit by an ad that just goes
Oh,
right at the screen. I was like, oh
I
gosh.
like this.
Um, yeah. Then there's the group of ex Cliffhanger developers that joined Wizards of the Coast last August, who were still in the early design phase. No word on what's happened to them. I'm also not sure what ever became of the unnamed studio in Washington State. It's also possibly it's also possible the canceled projects were licensed ones with external partners, though I'm less sure on that given that went on in the rest of the earnings call. Kotaku reached out to Hasbro for clarification and received the following statement. We regularly evaluated our digital games portfolio to ensure we're investing behind the titles and platforms so the clearest path to long-term success. As part of the ongoing work, we've made the decision to no longer proceed with the select digital games projects, reflecting our refocused portfolio for 2028 and beyond. We remain highly confident in our digital games portfolio. Exodus and Warlock slated for 2027. Both meet the bar we are setting for owned publishing, big audience potential, strong genre fit, franchise potential, and meaningful opportunity behind the initial game. You must show confidence. Shareholders are watching, boys. Always show confidence. Even if you're lying,
Where's my
doesn't
gameplay
matter.
though? You're out where my gameplay at.
Yeah, you where my games at, bro? Where my games at, Hash, bro?
Why, bro?
All right. Fewer, bigger, better. The impairment charges and cancel projects are one thing. It's not good news, but it's also pretty normal. Every gaming company out there is dealing with this. But what really suggested to me that Hasbro's strategy was changing was a series of statements made elsewhere during the earnings call. Despite past declarations by Hasbro about a heavier focus on internally developed PC and console franchises, it now sounds like it's shifting back away from those. Hasbro executive said, is moving toward co-development and co-publishing, especially with lower cost partners, focusing more heavily on trading card games and RPGs with properties it already owns, and with the intent of building transmedia franchises where possible. Hasbro is also reducing its gaming investment after 2026. Yikes. So the CEO, Cox, said on the call, we are focusing on digital investment behind the franchises, platforms, and partners where we see the clearest upside and where Hasbro has the strongest right to win. Okay, so all there are OG proprietary properties, I would assume. It's also going to lean more on partner studios. Hasbro apparently has over 200 projects in some form of active development across mobile, casino gaming, console, and PC, including partnerships with Scopely, Aristocrat, Triple Dot, Marmalade,
Marmalade.
um, yeah, Gameberry Labs, Ubisoft, and Gameloft. Yeah, a lot of those are largely focused on mobile games, and Aristocrat is a gambling game. Previously, Hasbro was saying that from 2027 onward, it would have 1 to 2 significant game releases per year. That's still true, Cox says, but the composition, level of spending, and how they take that games to market is going to change. Hasbro will still do big games, but and this isn't Cox words. I think they won't be every year. Instead, it will be a combination of big games, more service oriented games, and potentially some smaller, more focused content bets inside of games as well. Okay. To me, this all reads like Hasbro is slowly going to back away from gaming after all. It's not giving up on the biggest swings, Exodus and Warlock, which it's invested a lot of money in, and which seem to be close to launch anyway. But I get the sense that Hasbro's first party portfolio beyond that is no longer targeting a robust slate of annual AAA hits like it once was. Instead, we appear to be going back to the old partnership and licensing model from before, the one that brought Hasbro hits like Monopoly Go and Baldur's Gate 3. It's unclear what took place internally to shift Hasbro's viewpoint so dramatically over seemingly just a few months of space. But I suppose it was only a matter of time before Hasbro joined the rest of the industry and freaking out about overspending on projects that were not going to rake in billions in returns. So much for larger ambitions.
No kidding.
I kind of agree with everything he said at the end here. I mean, that was kind of spot on, don't you think? Oh, Rebecca Valentine said. I said he, my bad. Don't fight me, Rebecca.
Yeah. No, I mean I agree with Rebecca too. It did like reading, especially all the more recent developments. It did put a huge vote of confidence that they're going to be long term, kind of first party. We're going to make great games, kind of thing.
Not even a little bit.
I also faintly remember. I can't remember. We may have covered whenever Hasbro came out was like, we're trying to do something that's going to be successful over the next 100 years, because that was such a crazy statement. It's just like,
yeah,
100-year plan. I mean, all right,
that's pretty wild. I mean, it kind of makes you wonder. Is like, what were they trying to do exactly?
What actually was your plan?
Yeah, like there was a plan here because I just saw you like rug pull us, man.
Yeah, and now you're realizing like, oh, not quick money. Oh, that's our shame.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's crazy, man. Like Exodus and Warlock, I'm very curious to see what those titles are going to be like. I feel like we haven't really heard much about them. Could be wrong, but it's supposed to come out in 27. So, all right, man.
I'm looking up. Let's get to the root of this. Hasbro stock.
Hasbro stock.
Yeah. All right. So, okay, over the year, they're up 4.38%, but they're probably, yeah, if you do 6 months, they're down 1.5. So it's been relatively stagnant if you go over a year, because this has been a long time coming. Yeah, it looks like they had a whole bunch of investment and they were popping off basically at the start of 2026, and they kind of peaked around February, literally February 11th, and then it plummeted to the end of the earth. When did the U.S. bomb Iran? Oh, look at that. February. How did that happen?
Correlation.
Anyways, there might be a correlation there. Yeah.
Oh,
that's
that's
all I'm
funny.
saying. And not only that, but Hasbro was dude, way back when 2021, it was about $100 a share, and right now it's 87. So what you're seeing is a little bit of stagnation over the course of 6 years.
Yeah, 5 years. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, 2027 or 2017 had a bit of a peak, and yeah, it's just kind of, it's a tough one, man. It's a real tough one.
Yeah.
They gotta make it. They gotta make choices on behalf of their people, I guess.
Stick to licensing.
Like the shock holders. Yeah.
It may put out Monopoly Go and made a lot of money. Made a ridiculous amount of money. And you want to talk about Baldur's Gate 3 was wildly successful, one of the best RPGs of the last 5 years. So, I mean, stick to licensing, man. If you want money, you might as well just stick to licensing. Yeah, it's probably not. If you're trying to get quick money like Hasbro and try and capitalize on gaming, it's probably the best 100%. Way to do it. Probably shouldn't be trying to make games. I mean, I'll be curious. Like, it'd be one thing if like Exodus comes out or Warlock comes out and it's like actually very good. Might change your mentality, but I don't know. And they're not really exuding confidence over there.
No, that's kind of the polite way to say it. There's no confidence here. It's not looking good. It's just so funny. Like, you go to the top comments at the bottom too. They're just like, has anyone asked them if they've tried firing more people? That seems to always work. It's like, dude, people are upset.
Oh man.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? Apparently, some of the stuff I've seen is Hasbro is basically like ripping off established IPs, taking all their mechanics, and then just throwing like a Warner Brothers or DC skin on top of it. Then they're acting surprised it doesn't work or it's not popular. It's like double-edged sword, I think.
That's craziness, man. Absolute craziness. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't have a lot of confidence in Hasbro after reading that. You know.
No, I think if they're, it is kind of crazy though. They made freaking Baldur's Gate 3, and now they're just like, all right, we're done.
Yeah.
A $56 million write-off is a lot. That raises some eyebrows for for people, I think.
Yeah, it shows the opposite of confidence. Can't think of the word, but yeah, it's not great, man. It's not great. feel like
All
the
right,
show
buddy.
was great though.
I feel like it was quick and easy.
Good to be back.
Keep it about an hour, bro. It is very nice to be back. Kind of therapeutic, dude. It's been like 2 weeks since we yapped. I get to get
Yeah,
on
for
this
real.
podcast, forget about work for a while, enjoy life.
It's the one
Good.
gift. You know what I'm saying?
That's all I got, man. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. But I do need to give up this room.
Yep.
So I think we have to let the people go. And I know you got a gaming date.
Sure do.
Yeah. So let's wrap it up, dude. Let's
do it.
wrap it up.
Let's do
Let's
it.
let the boys go and the girls, whoever's listening. We appreciate you guys. We have all the links in the description below. You can check us out. We're on YouTube. We're on Spotify video. We're on all the things. Everything where you listen to podcasts, you'll hear us. Take us to the gym. Take us on your walks. Take us somewhere. Take us to the beach. Maybe not the beach, because it's going to be like, don't listen to us at the beach. That's not therapeutic.
If you're outside right now, look up. Is it sunny? I hope it is. Take it in.
Yeah.
And if it's raining,
not,
I'm sorry.
Go touch grass. It depends on where you live, because sometimes rain is a blessing.
Hey, umbrella.
You never know.
There you go.
Yeah. Anyhow, we'll let the people go. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'm Michael Anthony. That's KyleHeath. This has been the M2 Podcast. Again, links in the description below. We have summaries. We have timestamps. We have whatever you need. And without further ado, just keep on gaming. Keep on gaming. We'll see you later. Adios.
Keep on gaming, everyone. Goodbye.